What's up, YouTube? GB Trades here again up for another day. Today's December 10th, and I just want to go over the trades that I took today and yesterday. So today I was able to take a dub on my alphas, and on my top step I was only able to take a break-even trade, which is fine. It was FOMC day, so it was a really low probability day since we just chopped around market open at this point. But first, I want to go over the trade that I took yesterday as well. Yesterday was actually a loss for me. I lost like $1,000 on this account, but I was able to take a dub on my top step accounts yesterday. So we'll go over that trade. I'll show you the stats here. Not a very pretty stats rate. I'm only got like a 51% win rate then. But yeah, this was yesterday. I lost $1,000, and then today I was able to win another $1,000. So we'll go over that trade right now. Alright, so I'll go over the trade from December 9th, which was yesterday, and I took this during Asia session. So right here, this was yesterday, December 8th, since I was trading Asia session during this time. So as you can see, we had this as my draw liquidity from yesterday. I believe this was the high and the low right here. So those two. And we also had this 1 hour gap that I wanted to get filled, which was a main target basically. That one, and then I guess this one as well, which is the 1 hour gap. Alright, so we had this 1 hour gap right here. Okay. And what I saw here, we also had this 1 hour gap as well, which is a bearish gap. What I saw here is that we inversed it at around 6 o'clock. And at around 9 o'clock, we made another gap, which was this guy. Right here. And then let's see here. I forgot what I did this time. But I was targeting these two here. I basically long summer here. Let me just go over the trade executions. I think that would be better. So I could barely see anything here. I forgot which. Alright, so let's see. So yeah, it seems like, yeah, I remember now. Okay, there's a 15-minute gap. Yeah, it seems like I entered here then, huh? Alright. So I was using the 1 hour gap. And as you can see, I actually failed to recognize that we actually inversed this 1 hour gap already. Since at first I thought we had it actually. I thought we hadn't inversed it at this point. And I was so focused on the 1 hour chart, I failed to realize that we were still in this 4 hour bearish gap somewhere here. Right here, this one here. This gap right here. So we're still holding that gap. And I entered off of this candle right here. 25,725. So around here, around 7 o'clock when we closed this candle, I entered around here. So this was my logic right here. Okay, so I thought like this candle, I thought we inversed it, but we actually already inversed it around 6 o'clock, the 6 o'clock candle basically. So what I did, I went for this trade here. I went for a 1-to-1 basically. Stop loss was about 675. It's pretty close stop loss right here. Since basically I thought we were just gonna hold this gap right here as well. Since we tapped into it and we pushed higher. I mean, actually so we tapped into this guy. And as you can see, it didn't work out as I would expect. I pretty much just rushed this trade basically. I could have waited for us to tap into this other 1 hour gap, because it basically just bounced back after this. But hey, that's my first trade. Obviously I took a loss. I could have gotten my payout after this trade, but obviously I was pretty impatient with this trade as well. I could have waited since we were basically in the 50% area. So at this point, it's either gonna go up or down. Obviously it went down and stopped me out, so it is what it is. And then on my topstep accounts, let me show you. Actually, I might as well just use the same chart. I'll get rid of these right here. But on my topstep accounts, I won like, I think I took like a 1-to-1 trailed stop win on that day. It was during NY session. So let me go over that trade. Let me get rid of this chart executions. Alright. So NY session yesterday. Alright, here 9 o'clock. So let's go over to that 9:30 candle. December 9th. Where is it? Alright, it's right here. I see it now. This was a pretty choppy ass day as well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I took like one break even trades and then the next trade I won since I slept on it. Because I was so tired from this day. I think I came back from work after this. I think I got home at around 8 o'clock and just ate my breakfast, took a shower, and got ready for NY session at 9:30. So, coming into the day, we do have this 9:30 candle. We wicked up and went down aggressively, and we took the previous daily low right here. I wasn't looking at ES at this point since I was trading on my phone. Since, like I said, I was pretty tired. I didn't even bother going up here on my computer and trade for that day. So basically, I took this inverse right here. Since we took the draw and liquidity down here, my main target was, I think it was London highs right here. So let me go over that break-even trade first. So yeah, I took a trade right here. I think I answered right here. It was a bad fill. And my stop loss was like 50 points. I was targeting London highs. Obviously it didn't work out. This was my break-even point right here, as you can see. So I got break-even pretty quickly. I think it took like, so I entered around 9:36. So almost about 10 minutes. Or no. Yeah, 9 minutes. So this was a break-even trade. And then we somehow, at this point I feel like we pretty much just made a retracement and we pumped higher again. So I entered again. I believe I entered on an inverse again for this trade. I'm trying to see which inverse I took. But you know, like at this point I'm not really considering shorts due to the fact that we took previous daily low already. So I wasn't really concerned with taking a short at this point. Let me see where that trade was. Oh, here. So we got stopped out here. And I took this inverse right here again. Same stop loss, like 50 points. But this time my stop loss was just right here on this inverse. Oh. It's just below this inverse that we inversed around 937, 935. So that's my stop loss. My main target was this guy actually. No, I think I had another target. I think it was the Asia highs. That was my main target that time after I re-entered. So the thing is, I didn't have my TP set for this trade, since my TP set was actually previous daily high, and we did hit Asia highs around 12 o'clock, but I was asleep, so I was not able to take profit since I had my TP set right above here. I think this was his previous daily high or something. And I woke up at around 2 o'clock, so right about here. And at this point, I pretty much just trailed my stop loss for a 1-to-1 right here. And I actually put my take profit right above here. So I was going for like a 1-to-2 again. But at this point, my stop loss was trailed for a $500 win. So that's what I took. And I got stopped at around 244. So yeah, that's my trade from yesterday. One loss from the alpha and one W with topstep. And now we'll go over the trade that I took today. I took a dub during Asia session today on the alphas. And now I recalculated my consistency rule for me to meet. So this one I need to make another 1,000, and then I need to make another $150 for me to meet the 40% consistency rule. So I basically still need at least 2 trades for me to request a payout. But anyways, let's go over the trade right now. So I think around 6 o'clock right here we had this 1 hour gap. Okay, this video is going to be longer since I'm doing 2 trade recaps. Alright, this is my first trade right here. So around 6 o'clock we open higher and then flush down, and we actually inverse this gap right here. But I learned from my past mistakes not to trust any more inverses. Instead, I would wait for more confirmation basically if I want to go for the inverse. So this one I waited. I did not enter off of this candle. I went long actually on this trade, and I was trying to target somewhere 9. I was targeting this daily high right here. Or wait, is this one? No, this one. Yeah, that was my main target last night during Asia session. And as you can see, we were much closer to getting the highs taken, even though we also had this previous daily low as well. So those were my main targets during Asia session last night, and I was at work during this time, so I did have enough time for me to wait since I got busy that night. So we invested, but we failed to deliver down. So that's why I waited for another candle closure that will bring us up. And we also inversed this bearish gap right here. And the candle is much stronger. Since this one right here was pretty weak due to the fact we barely inversed it, even though we did inverse it. But for this one, it's actually so strong. So I entered off with this candle right here. So around 9 o'clock, I entered off 9 o'clock candle. My stop loss was pretty tight. I think 30 something stop loss. And I wanted to target previous daily high, but I did not go for that since I was going for a 1-to-1 instead. So I dropped down to 1-to-1. And this trade took about 2 hours max. for me to take profit. And after I took profit, it actually just flushed down again and retraced. And then we went back up and took the previous daily high at around 3 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, that was my first trade. I never got break even on this trade. But I'll show you where my break even point was. Right here. So I entered off of that 1 hour close. This was my break even point. Obviously I couldn't go break even. I was pretty busy during this time. So by the time I took profit, I was still basically, my stop loss was still basically here because I was at work. So I was never able to go break even on this trade, but obviously it worked out for me. So that was my W for today, as you can see. And we'll go over the top steps real quick right here. This was such a brutal day. Just such a choppy day until FOMC. Then we finally actually inverse all of these gaps right here. So I'm leaning pretty bullish into market open, but I'm not going to trade the top step accounts during Asia. I'm only going to trade during NY session. Well, let me go over the trade that I took today. That was that ended up being a break-even trade. So same draws, previous daily low, and we also had this where is it? Right here, London highs, and we also had this 8:30 data wick, that data highs actually 8:30. So yeah, I have 2 draws and liquidities to the upside and 1 draw to the downside. So I'll go over the trade right now. I took 2 break even trades actually. So 9:30 candle, where was that candle here? Right here. So 9:30 we made like a doji candle. We dumped and we edged the lows, as you can see. And ES took the lows, NQ failed to do so. So I entered off of this inversion right here. My stop loss was, I think, 50 points as well, since I was using the inverse bar as a protective stop loss. And I was targeting, first target was this guy, the data highs right here, because we had news at 8:30. It was the red folder news as well. And my break even point was this guy. As you can see, I got break even right after we tapped into it. So this was a first break even trade. At this point, you know what, I'm just gonna wait for us to sweep the lows and then possibly go back and maybe target these guys here. This was such a great setup actually, not gonna lie to you, the second break even trade, but it just didn't work out. But anyways, let me go over that right now. This was actually after 11. I was still up. I was actually pretty tired from work, but I had time to shovel outside. It was snowing. We had a lot of stuff to shovel outside. So anyways, we made this 15-minute gap. We got this 5-minute gap as well. So we basically tapped into it around 11:45. So yeah, so we're still trading after 11:45. And my entry was basically this guy here. I think it's this one here. This one, I believe. Yeah, pretty sure it's this one. So I waited for 2 displacement candles. Stop loss was just right here. Pretty tight stop loss, 28 points, 29 points. And obviously, was targeting still the data highs. Oh wait. Yeah, data highs. Break even point, as you can see right here. This was some break even point right here. Obviously it didn't work out again. I thought after tapping into this we would just keep going up, but obviously it didn't do that and we just got break even again. So at this point I took 2 break even trades. I was done for the day. I didn't even bother, you know, trading again after this. It was already like 12 o'clock, so it was time for me to sleep. I was pretty tired this day, since I came from work as well. But yeah, brutal day for the top step account since I took a break even, but whatever, at least I didn't lose. But I definitely should have just stayed away at this point. Like, I pretty much just wasted my time trying to wait. Since we made the move at 2 o'clock, which was FOMC. So I don't really care. I don't usually trade FOMC, like the candle. It's such a high volatility candle here. But yeah, I mean, going into Asia with my alpha accounts, I'm definitely gonna look for longs. And I do want to target this daily gap here, at least the 50% of it. So around here, that would be my target for the day if we do end up going higher. Definitely go for a 1-to-1, obviously. But yeah, that's it. That's all my trades for today and from yesterday, since I was not able to make a trade recap yesterday. I was pretty busy yesterday, but yeah, I'll be off today. If I get the chance, I might even do a live trading video during Asia, if I'm able to. But yeah, I'll see you guys. Peace out.